Start off today with a question. Who all here has some form of social media account? Alright, so quite a few people. So today's world kind of revolves around social media. Everyone's on social media today. And it was found that in 2015, Andrew Perrin found that in the United States, 90% of 18 through 29-year-olds use social media every day. So that's just not people that have an account, that's the amount of people that use it every single day. So social media, it's a main form of communicating and getting information today. Most social media sites have millions of users, and all you have to do to connect with these users is just simply make an account. So you can find users from all over the world by just logging in and making an account. Many people get their news from social media, but not everything is true on social media. You see like fake pages all the time, like mocking Donald Trump and other political figures that people like to make fun of. So you kind of have to fact check a little bit. You can't just have social media being your main source of news. But communication through social media is very important today. It led to the start of like many businesses. So you see like social media marketing businesses all over today, and that's really emerged in the last decade or so since social media became popular. So this is important for these businesses because it's a way for them to connect with their customers, and their customers kind of expect it these days since the world is so technologically savvy, I guess. So I'm going to explain in greater detail on how this social media affects our lives and how it influences what we do. So it's very common to have it in the US. Other countries, like third world countries, it's not as available to them. So they don't have these like influences, I guess, that we do here. But use of social media was found to have use of social media was found to be different across groups of different demographics by Scott in 2015. So some demographics tend to use social media more than others. So he found that people with a higher level of education tend to use social media more than others that don't have a high level of education, I guess. Also, people with a higher income are more likely to use social media more, found Andrew Perrin. So social media, it's a huge platform, and it's used pretty much all over the world. So people are always communicating through social media, whether it be Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You always see people just on their phones, whether they're in class, work, or even like driving down I-35. They're always So people read these posts and they kind of assume that they're facts. So it leads to people being misinformed in some ways. So you have to fact check once you see something on social media. Not everything's going to be true there. So communication, it led to businesses establishing themselves on social media. So most businesses nowadays have some form of social media account to connect with their customers in a way. Businesses can often use social media trends to determine what's going to be a popular product found as this way they can see what's like trending on Twitter, and they know what it's going to influence people to buy something if they know it's going to be popular. So they see these trends and they kind of like find out what people are into, and they start, I guess, kind of selling to those needs. So businesses see the trends and they know what people will be influenced to buy if they think it's popular, found faster. So social media influences our lives greatly around this day and age, and it can be very important to have for businesses. It can help you communicate with people that you won't be able to communicate with face to face. Although it can be good, it can also have negative effects on people, leading them to be misinformed and causing them to have poor time management skills. So you have to watch out for how to manage your time, because you can be kind of over-consumed with it. As you can see, social media can have both negative and positive effects on your life, but you're the only one who can control these effects that it has.